Good morning, everybody. All right, while you guys are coming in, jump in. Let me know where you guys are joining us from. Good morning, Patricia. Good morning, Letitia. Diane, good morning. Yeah, Tanya, good morning. Arizona, Texas, Oklahoma, Arizona, Guam, amazing, Missouri, Illinois, Wisconsin. Good morning, Brooke. Texas, Canyon Lake, California. I know where that is. Iowa, New Mexico. We got lots of Arizona in here today. Sarasota, Florida, Atlanta. Good morning, everybody. Keep dropping in as you guys come in, where you guys are at. I don't know about you guys, but I don't, if you guys have little kids, which I have three, those that you don't know. I should probably introduce myself. So those of you who don't know, my name is Truax. Isn't our new Vital Health swag? This is from the swag store, you guys. If you guys haven't gone through the swag store yet and like order stuff, somebody's like, how'd you get that color? A lot of the stuff, you guys just check the colors. There's tons of colors. This is so cute. Isn't it so cute? Anyway, you guys should go to the swag store. Test out that shopping experience, because it's going to be how our new shopping experience is for all of us really soon. Yes, exactly, Tanya. Must have swag. And this is so cute. I got it in a couple colors actually, because I mean, you can like change it up. Anyway, I'm Truax. I am a triple diamond. I live out here in South Jersey, right outside Philadelphia, and I have three little kids. And right now, my husband and I just went through like, okay, you know, the kids wanted to do something this weekend. So we looked at the dates and we're like, if we don't do something this weekend, we're like booked out every single weekend until Labor Day, and then they start school the next week. I'm like, what happened to the summer? Like, anyone else feel this way? Like, wait, what? I don't even know what happened. But we do have some really cool events coming. If anyone is in California, headed to Anaheim, a lot of the leaders are going to be there. So you guys, please, if you are in that area, come see us August 9th. Tony and Alex will be there. It's going to be a really incredible event. All of this stuff is in boards. It's on the team page. It's in the chats. So if you have any questions, just reach out to your leaders. We've got a lot of really great events, and I hope we get to see you guys there moving into the summer, and then our convention, which you guys are going to hear the announcement soon. So I'm excited to talk to you guys today about designing your ideal business partner. Now, previously in some of my other trainings, I have briefly gone over this, but I've said it really quick in passing. And so what I wanted to do today is I wanted to go in depth on how we design our ideal business partner and what that looks like in how we market in our business. Because the key is, you guys, if you are not specific in who you are looking for in your business, how are you ever going to be able to find that person? And I'm going to give you guys a really specific example. So my husband is an executive in corporate America. He is very, very high up. He's worked in corporate his entire life, and he's worked his way up. Now, he works in traditionally in loss prevention. So when he's looking for a position for somebody that is an agent, okay? An agent is somebody that will be kind of like looking for, I'm gonna say crime, but looking for, you know, issues, things like that. And it's pretty an entry level position. A lot of times they're walking the floor, watching videos, camera video, and it's a pretty entry level position versus him hiring a director, okay, which a director is directly under a VP, is going to be an absolutely completely different process. It's going to be a completely different job listing. It's going to be a completely different demographic. A lot of times they're even going to look for those positions in different places. And also for him to fill an agent position, it takes he can fill an agent position usually within like a month, maybe like sometimes sooner. But to fill an executive position, it can take up to 9 months to fill that position. And if that person does not become a good match for the team and the field, often they will actually leave or not make it within their first 6 months. And then they have to go through another process for it easily takes 9 months to fill those positions. And I watch this because they have to do this constantly in his job, especially as they continue to open up distribution centers and they need more executives to oversee those distribution centers. He can fill the lower level positions a lot easier than the higher ones. Now, he has recruiters that help him. He's not the one out there. He still has to do his job. He has recruiters that help him. They have outside recruiters that help. They have in-company recruiters that help. They go through thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of resumes just to get him 10. And then he goes through those 10 and he maybe interviews 5. And from those 5, he decides if he wants to like interview more. And then he introduces to his boss. And then they do an interview. Then he has an interview with that person with the team. And then that onboarding process for them takes another 6 to 8 weeks. Now, just stop and think about this within your vital health business. It's actually so similar to what we do us in recruiting. Yes, that company hired recruiters to do the work for them, but us as network marketers, we are actually the ones doing the recruiting. And you can say, well, Tara, my wheelhouse is in education, or my wheelhouse is in promoting, or my wheelhouse is in creating. That's okay. There are actually 4 types within business, and we actually, most of us carry, people are predominantly 1 type, but they can easily go between 2. And that's usually your educator, a promoter, a recruiter, or a creator. And in that, you can be a educator, creator, or a promoter, recruiter. That's fine. But one area you naturally have more skills in. So then you're like, well, how do I recruit? But you use the skills that you have to recruit too. And the way you do that is, so if you're creative and you're a creator, your social media content and what you put out there is probably going to be a huge part of how you attract. If you're a recruiter and you just like to walk in, have a conversation with people, bring them right into the business, you're probably great at bringing people in, but maybe not so great at getting them started. If you're an educator, maybe you're not so great at bringing people in to get them started, but you're so good at getting people launched and educated and in systems. If you're a promoter, you love to do live events and you love to bring in more people. And a lot of times it's like events. And then you're like, uh-oh, systems. I could do a whole lot of talk. And sometimes it's really hard to do the systems. That's why we need a team of people that do all the things. Just like in corporate America, they have positions that do those things. This is how we should be thinking when we are literally doing our marketing and the ideal business partner we're looking to create. The way to do this that is super simple. Most of you guys, like literally I'd say 99% of you guys, your ideal business partner is yourself. It really is. It's somebody who's walked through a tough journey, whatever that could be. It could be a financial journey. It could be a health journey. It could be a business journey. You've walked through a difficult journey. I know you have, because you're a human and we are post-pandemic. And there is not a story I haven't heard that every single human has at this point in their life. Look, I'm 45 and I can tell you the amount of stories I have of things that I have overcome to this point are so many. And a lot of times we take those stories and we hear other people's stories and we downgrade ours, but those stories are key to who you are. Those stories have built you skill. Those stories have built you to who you are in this minute. And usually the person you're looking for in your business is going to be very, very, very similar to you. So what are those things? If you had to write tomorrow, okay, a job description that you are going to post. Now, I'm going to use LinkedIn, but I'm going to tell you it's probably not the best thing for network marketing. But I'm saying this because in corporate America, like where my husband works, that's where they do a lot of job posting, a lot of it. So if he has an opening and he has a top level position he's looking for, his job description is going to look like what? It's going to have it very specifically the skills they're looking for this person, the experience they're looking for this person, the demographic, where do they live? What does this person like? What does this person have a history of? Right? So I want you to really think. And if you're like, gosh, I haven't looked at a job description in a long time, go out there and start looking at them. Give yourself an idea of out in the job field, what are at certain level. Okay. Now I want you to do this, not just for an executive position. I want you to do this for an entry level position. And I'll tell you why in a second. But I want you to look at the details that go into the job description for that job. The more vague a job description is, the more that recruiter or whoever's doing the recruiting for that company gets. It's going to be like so widespread, they won't even be able to filter those resumes. But if it's something like, working at the store here in town and the person just needs some, casual clerical skills, some people skills, and to be able to do math, it could be very, very simple versus somebody that needs a lot of computer skills, marketing skills, people skills, speaking skills, whatever that may be. So I want you, this is your number one takeaway for today, the number one thing you're going to start with. Write it out. Who is my ideal business partner? And when I say who, you're not saying who of a person. Like, oh, it's Joe that lives down the street, okay? Because the universe doesn't even work that way. We could get that specific and we'll never get Joe, and we could bring in 20 other people that are just as amazing, and we think, but we failed because we didn't bring Joe in. No, that's not what I want you to do. I want you to see, okay, I want Joe in my business. What are the qualities that Joe carries? Why do I want him in my business? And write down those qualities. Write them so specific. When you get very specific about the type of person you are looking to bring into your business, what do they do during the day? Where do they hang out? What does this person like financially? Do they care about money? What does this person do fitness-wise? What does this person do health-wise? Okay, this is your ideal person. Don't ever tell my husband, he will not listen to this. I did this when I found my husband. I really did. I'm not joking, you guys. I had a roommate at the time. I did this. She'll swear to you at the time I was the most incredible manifestor she ever met, because I did this and I met him the next day. And it was line by line exactly. But it wasn't a name. It wasn't a person. It was literally feelings and qualities, and there was no what if or but, okay? Because it was so clearly designed. How does this person navigate the world spiritually? What are their spiritual beliefs? Family-wise, what's important to them? Family. Do they have a family? Do they not? Do they like to travel? What are these key qualities? Friendship-wise, community-wise, fun-wise. The reason being now, when you get that job description so clear, I want you to write it out. And then I want you to look at it and ask, are you recruiting to that right now? Is your marketing tailored to find that person? Are the way you're showing up in the world, are you going to the place this person hangs out? Does this person hang out on social media? Is this person on TikTok or on Snapchat, on Instagram, on Facebook, on whatever? I mean, there's a million things. Where is this person online? Or is this person not online? Is this person at networking events? Is this person at school events? Is this person at where does this person hang out? And are you showing up in those areas as your full self to bring that person, because you want to attract them, into your business? Now, here's the thing. We can always have, okay, I want executive. Okay, I'm gonna just take example. Okay, I want to recruit Sarah Truax. So I'm going to read everything about her. I'm going to create a design, and this is the ad I'm going to do for her. Wonderful. Like, that's a great idea, except understanding those qualities. And what did I say about executives? How long it took to recruit an executive? It's going to take a longer time to bring somebody of that caliber into your business. And I also want you to design an ideal business partner ad for a ideal business partner that is going to be more what I talked about at that agent level. That is a little bit more accessible. Maybe it is a stay-at-home mom that doesn't have network marketing experience that needs to make a couple $100s and offset some of their cost. Maybe it's somebody within your community that really is overflowing and really loves to help people with health, that you know you'll be able to make an impact in their products, but they're maybe not an executive level and they're not huge network marketers. Maybe I want you to design a business oh my gosh, I just like literally lost the words, ideal business partner in that space too. And here's why. These executives, okay, you guys, I call them in business, what I call them is whales. In the sea, in the ocean, there are all kinds of sea creatures, there's all kinds of animals, but whales are rare. Whales migrate. They're not just all over the ocean. They tend to stick with families, and you don't see them very often. That's just why people go whale watching, and sometimes they never see them, right? It's not common. But if they looked down into the water, you can go anywhere on a glass bottom boat and you'll see tons and tons and tons and tons of fish. Fish are everywhere. Fish fill our entire sea. They fill the lakes. We have all kinds of fish, all kinds of diversity. If you look at how many kinds of whales there are in the world, it's a small handful. But how many fish there are in the world, it is so many, it's so hard to count. I know it's crazy, but I'm going to emphasize. So our executive positions are like whales. They're rare. And they take a long time to grow. They're big. They take a lot of space. But wherever there's whales, what do whales eat? Whales eat fish. To attract a whale, you must have a whole lot of fish in your sea, because if you don't have a whole lot of fish in your sea, most likely the whale's not going to migrate there. The whale's not even going to be interested. They have a family to feed. They need to take care of that. So when you build a business, I like to call these these positions that maybe they haven't built a high leadership level, maybe they don't have a huge network yet, but they really have huge benefit to how Vital Health can impact their lives, impact their families, impact their communities. And this position that you can post for, okay, these are the fish. And this is where 90%, you guys, I've been in network marketing for 11 years. 90% of my business comes in this area that I call the fish of the sea. Because when we teach people how to fish, they can teach other people how to fish, and that starts to duplicate. And we have people that are able to overflow the products into people's hands, get incomes coming in, and you're able to actually have a good giving and receiving of time. But if you're only whale hunting, you're only looking for a whale, and you don't have any fish in your sea, a whale is going to go right past you. And they're going to look for the person that has the fish in the sea, because when they come, they want to make sure their family can be fed. Does this make sense? Because this is really, really important when we are designing our ideal business partners. And the things that we say and the things that we attract based on these ideal business partners will be what continues to feed your business and that you feed it. So I want you to design that ideal business partner that looks like you, and ask yourself, am I marketing to that person, and am I showing up for that person? And then where am I creating fish in my sea in the same area that somebody that maybe has never done network marketing or doesn't know anything about this at all can come in and learn these skills, feel part of a community, and build, so that when a whale does come along, they're like, wow, this community is great. They have so much support here. The systems are here. The products are amazing. All of those things, because you have created that. So this is 2 ideal business partners I want you to sit and reflect on. Now, your last call to action before we jump off here, you guys, is I want you to then create a social media marketing plan for the next month based on these 2 ideal business partners that you've created. Now, what I'm going to share with you guys, most of you, the ideal business partner for the executive and the ideal business partner for the entry-level position are most likely the same person. It's just the same person that has yet to build the skill. They usually are. It's literally, when I look at it as me when I first came into network marketing and had no experience. I had like 400 friends on social media. So I look at it as me. And I use those things when I'm talking to somebody like me that knows that I can be the person to support them. As somebody that is at that executive level, I have the skills. So when you're creating your social media marketing, I want you to create based on these 2 ideal business partners that you've done. Now, all your marketing, you have 1 post a day for 7 days. Of that post, 1 post that day, okay? Write this down. 1 post, 1 day is about finances. And finances is not how much money you make. It's how things can help people offset costs in our rising world that is very unknown right now. Keep it very simple. Now, you are also want to talk about whales. So maybe the next week you talk about something else, how you've been able you have to be very careful with words, but offsetting time freedom with the summer and being home with your kids. Okay. There's ways you can do it that will appeal to both. Yeah. Then the next post you have, okay. So again, 1 week we're talking one thing, the next week we're talking the next, but you can mix them in, doesn't matter. So your next post, fitness wise, something about fitness, something about health. Remember, I said, what does this person do for fitness? What does this do for health? All right, next post for that. Okay. Then you have your third is going to be health wise. Yes, fitness and health are different. How do we feed our body? Where do we hang out? How mindset, calming, what kind of water do we drink? This is your supplementation. Okay. Talk about that. Your next, spiritually. You don't have to be anything specific, but something spiritual wise, connecting to them. Your next one, your fourth one, family wise, community wise, well, let's go more family wise. So family. And if you're like, oh, I don't have a family. Well, do you have a dog? Do you want to create a family? What does that look like family wise? Your next one, friendship and community wise. What you have, what you desire to create doesn't matter, but something that magnetizes towards that. And the last one is fun. Fun. What do you do for fun? And this could be random. Like I've done things for fun and like, wow, well, this one kind of falls under family, but like I've got, 3 kids and 3 cats and a dog, and I literally can never go to the bathroom alone. Literally 1 post, and it blew up because people can relate. People can relate that are like me, right? So it doesn't have to be this like over the top thing, but if you do that and you create this content for 7 days and you cycle this through and you do a month of that, those are your 7 topics. And each day it's something. And the next week, you now have a month marketing plan catering to your exact demographic. And I keep going like up here and down here, but let's bring it back here because ideally, they're the same person at different stages. And when you do that, you will create a business that is filled with people that are creative and educated, are creators and educators and promoters and recruiters. And you create a team, just like within corporate America, with all kinds of demographics where people of different personalities can come together and really make a difference. All right, you guys, I hope this was helpful. I can't wait for you guys to design these business partners, to really reflect on them, to apply them, and to see growth in your business based on it because you chose to be so specific that you actually took out the vagueness in your business, which is the unknown. We don't need to take out the unknown. You get to be specific. It's your business. You get to create it. All right, you guys, have an awesome week. I will see you soon.